You mentioned we can't not ask you about Jetboy. So we're friends with the guys in Jetboy. I've known Billy for a number of years, and every time we talk to them, they're giddy when they talk about when you joined the band, because you obviously were a hero of theirs. But from your perspective, what were your ambitions when you decided to join Jetboy?
Well, life is a weird ass path of decisions made and listening to instinct and not maybe thinking too much about stuff and just going for it. And when I got that call from Jetboy to come to LA and California, I was in a very weird place in my life. And I thought that I got the demos, and I thought that there's definitely, there's cool material in there, and there's attitude, and this could go somewhere. And also a band that has got a name taken from a New York Dolls record, can't be all bad, you know what I mean? So I flew over there just to check it out and meet up with the guys and see how it goes. And they turn out to be sweethearts, all of them, like super, super great guys. And there was a good buzz going on in LA at the time. There was Guns N' Roses was just coming out with their record. And it was kind of weird because they took me out to Cat House like the first week when I got there. And I had no idea that Hanoi had, this kind of influence on that whole scene over there. Like literally had no fucking clue. So when I went to Cat House and there was like fucking 50 Michael Monroes and 20 Andy McCoys and 39 fucking Nasty Suicides. It was really fucking weird, man.
Kind of showed that whole scene how to do it, in my opinion.
More by the look though.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much by the music, you know what I mean? It's music is quite different, but it's with Jetboy, they had a decent management team. We had a label going on, Electro and all that, and we made the record, and and we had a good time. And then everything turned into fucking shit pancake. It's we got dropped by Electro, and the record was delayed by a year, and changed management, and it just turned into this horrible business hassle. Which is really, really bad. It was a shame.
Yeah. I think Jetboy, like a lot of bands, but maybe more so than most, was a victim of bad timing, because they did have quite a bit of hype behind them, and they had the songs and the image and the major label, but the tide had changed by the time everything finally surfaced after that delay. So kind of got lost in the shuffle.
And there was also Mohawk. They didn't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We heard about it all the time. Well, you should cut the mohawk off and, do like a big white hair, It's people are going to think like, what are you, punk or what? So it was an issue. I remember that. I always thought that this is completely fucking insane, It's a great look, man, come on, have some balls and let him be himself, let him do what he wants. And,
Well, it's wild, but it's also kind of a classic too,
Yeah.
And it was attractive to the sound of the band as well. I feel like the blues influence and the hard rock and the obvious. I mean, you hear the hit when the single came out, "Feel the Shake" is what I'm talking about for listeners. It was like a no-brainer as to I have to buy the record now because this song is speaking to me. The Mohawk was a secondary the Mohawk was a bonus. It's like
exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't even have anything to do with I don't understand what the hang up would be about. Oh, he's got a Mohawk. Like music has to do exactly with only the fact that he has no, has nothing to do with it. But it was like I said, it was a cherry on top of the ice cream.
For us, it was. But for as far as marketability, and the funny thing is that 5 or 6 years later, it would have been just normal, because then you had Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie and all these people that looked even weirder, and that was big business all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know.